And cut! That's the trailer right there.
Tropic Thunder, that came out in 2008, is probably the last comedy satire to be made that actually pokes fun at how ridiculous Hollywood really is. It is a full-on indictment on the studio system, the way producers treat creators like writers, directors, and actors, especially aging ones. It highlights how damaging it is to be revered as actors and how their public persona is so important to the people who prop up these actors. It uncovers how the industry gets duped by scammers who just want a piece of that pie above all else, and how ridiculous method acting can be if you take it too far, even if it does bring you many accolades year after year. But besides all that, how good the movie really is, let's find out. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie Tropic Thunder.
Now, let's go and make the greatest war movie ever!
Tropic Thunder is a satire mocking not only Hollywood and the Hollywood studio system, but also movies that have tried to be both artistic and also spend lots of money while trying to pander to the Oscar crowd. And the movie is so grandiose and the actors are so overpaid, it just loses control. Even invokes a movie image from Oliver Stone's Platoon, but only the imagery. It was trying to mock the insanity behind the scenes in Apocalypse Now more than anything else, and took that an example towards the entire Hollywood system.
Don't you get it? I already am home.
The story of Tropic Thunder begins with the making of a Vietnam War movie starring a cast of actors from various corners of Hollywood. Tug Speedman, an aging action hero, Kirk Lazarus, an actor, Jeff Portnoy, a comedian, and Al Pacino, a rapper turned actor.
How about we all get back to work?
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
Cool.
We got a big day tomorrow.
This band of misfits keeps screwing up so much that the head of the studio, Les Grossman, publicly berates the director, Damien Cockburn, and tells him to shape up. But both Damien and the author of the book this movie was based on come up with a plan. They will set up hidden cameras and put the actors in the middle of the jungle and just tell them they're shooting the rest of the movie Gonzo style to try and get a better performance from them, as they actually land in the middle of the jungle and things go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah!
Yeah!
All right!
Oh. Without knowing what's really going on, the crew tries to get back to the main camp, but of course they get lost, split into two groups, and find out that they are indeed in real problems because the film location is dead center in the Asian Golden Triangle at the heart of the heroin trade.
We are Flaming Dragon. Speedman is with us now.
For 50 million, you will get him back.
Anyone who has ever seen Tropic Thunder today will probably tell you this next line.
Do you think that you could do Tropic Thunder today? Would that be possible?
Oh, you could do it.
This movie could not be made today. The main reason why everybody says that is the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is in blackface throughout this movie.
Man, I don't drop character till I've done the DVD commentary.
His character, Kirk Lazarus, is set up to be a method actor, pulling out all the stops to immerse himself as the main character. On this fake movie, he's supposed to be playing Lincoln Osiris, a black staff sergeant. Kirk is an Australian white man. And to heighten this fact, we have Al Pacino, played by Brandon T. Jackson, who is an actual black man, and he serves as the guy that points how ridiculous this whole situation is.
Because they had one good part in here for a black man, they gave it to Crocodile Dundee.
Pump your brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure.
I, however, will put this role as one of RDJ's best performances. The man plays a character who plays in character, but in real time, he is an actor playing an actor pretending to be another race.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
What?
Who does it to the utmost degree of stereotype in order to make us laugh at himself and to point out how absurd this whole situation really is.
For 400 years, that word has kept us down.
What the f***?
But it's not only that. Being the method actor that he is, Kirk Lazarus confronts Tug Speedman, Ben Stiller's character, and points out real Hollywood truths about winning the Oscars.
You serious? You don't know? Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Yes, he does use his vulgarity, but it is not to point out and make fun of the less fortunate. It is to point out the hypocrisy of Hollywood and the hypocrisy of Speedman, who tries to take a project that was beyond his capabilities just in order to make a movie that is non-action based. A criticism that Stallone must have gotten many times during the 80s and early 90s about his misadventures into comedy films.
Speedman is a dying star, a white dwarf heading for a black hole.
One of the key components that drive the comedy and make the satire work is the studio producer character of Les Grossman, one of the best roles Tom Cruise has ever done. Originally, Ben Stiller gave the script to Cruz to read, and Cruz pointed out a key component is missing: the studio. You can't have a movie going out of control without the studio heads barking up the director's tree, putting a big pressure on this entire situation. And from that pressure, the comedy is born. Stiller took it to heart and created the character of Les Grossman, who, in some people's view, is modeled after Harvey Weinstein, but I'll leave you up to decide. Cruz fell in love with the character and wanted to play him, and already thought how this guy is going to look, including all the dance moves, of course.
Lots of money. Play.
The funny part is that every time you see Les Grossman dancing on the screen, you have to imagine Tom Cruise dancing with no background music because the producers couldn't secure rights to anything at the time. Regardless, his performance is memorable because not only does he act so over the top, but he kind of pierces the veil on how rotten and corrupted true Hollywood studio system works.
We file an insurance claim, preferably before the end of the fiscal year. Actually, the claim alone would net us more than the movie would lose.
The rest of the cast are great in their own particular way, whether it's Stiller, Jack Black, Jackson, or even Jay Bushnell as the crew, or Nick Nolte as Four Leaf, as the author of this fake book on which the fake movie is based on. All of them did a phenomenal job in their own right. And if you haven't watched the movie, you'd be surprised how many faces that you know are actually in the movie.
I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
As for my recommendations, to tell you the truth, I think it's a must-see movie, especially for a younger audience. This movie pokes fun at everything that today would be considered taboo, and you know why. Because it unveils the hypocrisy I mentioned before. And I don't mean just in Hollywood. Without going too much into it, each actor has a vice or something they desire that drives them through the movie. It is set up right at the beginning, and it pays off at the third act. The movie obviously drew inspirations from war movies like Platoon, Rambo, and Apocalypse Now, and others, to create the satire, but it does not satirize them specifically. The satire and the comedy is on Hollywood's expense. It is truly the last great comedy movie and the last great satire since 2008, which is a damned shame. I do highly recommend you watch this movie or even watch it again. And please, if you're offended, good, be offended. Satires are supposed to make you laugh and think, because after all, they tell you the truth, but in a funny sort of way, and we need that.
I killed one, Rick.
A hooker. All right, you killed a hooker. Calm down.
I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.